So this is the intro that we're gonna be doing. Okay. Hi. This video, as you can probably tell by whatever I decide to title it, is me being absent from social media, specifically Instagram and Twitter. So this is kind of just my experience with it. Without further ado, we're gonna get into it. Got it. I was becoming very negatively impacted from Instagram and Twitter. More so Instagram than Twitter, but also Twitter was also just kind of like consuming my life. I was spiraling out of control internally for quite some time, and this past May is when it started to really show kind of externally, and other people got to see how it was affecting me via my mood, my responses to people, how I acted towards people, and how it is acted in general. I was getting mad, I was getting upset, I was getting sad about other people's lives that I had absolutely no connection to, because I remember the actual moment when I was like, I'm done with this, I don't need this in my life. It was, I don't even know whose picture it was, but I just saw something on Instagram and it just instantly like made me like enraged. Like I was so mad. And then I was like, why am I mad? They don't even know my name, yet I'm pissed off. So right then and there, I was like, I don't need to go down this route anymore. I don't need this anymore. So I just, you know what? We're done. Bye-bye. Vowed to myself inside the noggin to not do social media for the next 3 months, for this summer. Let's just know. I did this kind of a cleanse type thing about 2 years ago, but I didn't follow through with it, and it's because I was doing it for kind of the wrong reasons. I, decided that I was gonna like break away from this because I could start to tell it was impacting me in the wrong way. I just started to broadcast it to everyone on social media that I'm gonna do a cleanse, I'm gonna refresh my brain and really just try to better myself. And I was still looking for approval from others about the cleanse and the break that I was doing. So it kind of defeated the purpose, because I was doing what I needed to get away from, which was getting people's acceptance and approval of what I was doing and making sure what I was doing was okay via people who I barely even talked to. But with that first time of getting rid of social media, I recognized how much social media was consuming my life, because I literally had like withdrawal symptoms. Yeah, I was addicted. I truly felt that I was missing out because I wasn't able to look at other people's lives. I just craved to learn to know what other people were doing, and I just so badly wanted to post on Instagram to share with other people what I was doing, and that what I was doing was cool, and that I was a cultured soul, and blah 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 blah. And so I broke the cleanse, I broke the refreshing month or whatever I was doing, and literally lasted a month, and I decided to go straight back into the negativity tornado that is Instagram and Twitter. So a couple years after that failed attempt kind of went by, and I was doing fine. I recognized the negative energy that kind of social media gave me, and I was like, you know what, we don't have to axe it all at once, let's just monitor our time. So that's what I did. I monitored how much time I was on Instagram and how much I was on Twitter, and that kind of helped in a way, but didn't at the same time. About the whole Twitter thing and kind of why I decided to get rid of Twitter from my life for a bit was because I was literally tweeting every second of my life, every single thing that was happening in my brain. I would just broadcast it out to the world. Like, people, if you followed me on Twitter, you knew when I was going through a crappy time, and you knew when I was going through something cool. You knew what I was doing, you knew who I was with, you knew every single emotion that was running through my teenage brain. You knew. It came to the point where people started to become offended with the things I were tweeting, because they thought I was tweeting about them, and that was not cool apparently. So people were getting offended about what I was saying. I couldn't hold conversations with friends or just people because they would already know, because I tweeted about it the night before. So if I tweeted, let's say, oh my gosh, I went to the grocery store and an apple fell on my head, if I wanted to tell that story to my friends the next day at school, they'd be like, Laura, we already know. So I could never hold a conversation about what happened in my life because I thought it would be beautiful to post it on the internet. And also people even knew when I was going to the bathroom because I would tweet, I'm going to the bathroom. We don't know. People would even like text me during the day to check up on me because my tweets were sounding cryptic and they thought something bad was gonna happen because of how dramatic my tweets were being. For a while, like, Twitter was my outlet. It was my way to kind of express my feelings and emotions, but it began to affect my real life. For Instagram, so it was kind of easy to kind of quit Twitter, but for Instagram it was a little bit harder. With Instagram, I just grew sad seeing everyone doing everything and I wasn't. I didn't really realize how much it was affecting me until this past May when I decided to just axe it all. But like, so many people are affected badly by social media, specifically like Instagram, because like, think about it. Instagram is a highlight reel of everyone's life. We all know it is, but when you see that all the time, every day, multiple times a day, for long periods of time, you begin to just subconsciously believe that everyone's life is freaking perfect and that yours is not. No one posts the bad, everyone posts the good. Everyone always posts, you know, the vacation times, freaking Gucci times, fancy times, expensive times, the aesthetically pleasing times. Like, with all these travel posts and lovey-dovey posts and all these things, people start to just subconsciously evaluate their life and compare their life to other people's posts and start to compare their experiences. And then when this begins to happen, it turns into just negative energy and people begin to doubt their life, their abilities, their relationships, and start to begin to kind of live their life for the gram. Example, friends only hang out together to get a cool pic for the gram so everyone knows that they're all friends and that they're having a good time tonight and that they're just so happy in friendship. And in reality, it was probably the worst hangout they've ever had, and all they just wanted to do was to make sure that everyone knew that they were together. That happens because it happened to me, and it was just the most disgusting thing that ever happened, and it was just disturbing. And that doesn't sit well with me. But like, people go visit freaking monuments just to get a cool picture. People go to the beach to get a cool beach picture. People are obsessed with perfectly done nails, with freaking Gucci slippers and flipping eyelash extensions, and people are obsessed with everyone knowing that they have all these things. And like, did Christmas even happen if it's not on the gram? We don't know. For me, I just kind of acquired a bad vibe with Instagram. It's kind of hard to see, you know, your classmates, co-workers, people older, people younger, people the same age as you, seemingly having their life together and killing it, and you're just over there on the freaking couch eating chips and queso, watching The Office for the millionth time and doing absolutely nothing to better your life. You just start to question your life, your abilities, you begin to doubt yourself, you begin to just not think about your life in a good light just because you see everyone else is looking all cute. Well, the 3 months that I've been away from Instagram and Twitter have been probably the best months ever because I got to focus on myself and what makes me happy and get to really hang out with friends and be with friends and be in the present, being in the moment. I got to channel all my energy into, you know, my internship this summer, into writing and into reading and into just getting my creative juices flowing that have been dormant for a very long time. I'm able to now hold conversations because I don't broadcast my life to everyone anymore, so people don't know what I'm doing. So I get to actually tell people what's going on with my life instead of them already like knowing because I'm an idiot and tweet about it. This is gonna just sound cheesy because I'm sure you've heard this a bajillion, quadrillion, bajillion, million, badillion amount of times to step away from social media. Because you're like, well, why would I do that? Everyone's on it, and I'm gonna miss out on everything. But that's exactly why you should do it. You're not missing out on diddly squat. You're actually, by kind of being obsessed with social media, you're kind of missing out. Ah!
Are you making a YouTube?
I am making a YouTube video!
Hi, YouTube! Sorry.
Apologies. But I just would recommend getting away from it because you're gonna have so much freaking time in your hands and you're gonna realize like how much you actually spend on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, flipping, what's another one? Pinterest. I don't know, I feel like that it's a balance that you have to figure out, but I feel like in order for you to figure out that balance, you have to get away from it so you can get your actual life that actually matters in check. So literally, like, with this 3-month absence, I got to really appreciate life. I got to begin to really actually live life, to be honest, and I've got to really realize that life is a process and that people are just going at different speeds, and then that's okay, because everyone's different. If everyone was at the same speed, gosh, the amount of traffic that we would have, whew, no bueno. No. So it's been 3 months, and honestly, I could care less about Instagram anymore. Like, I don't really need to look at everyone else's life because I'm pretty content with my fantastic life that I am living in the moment. I'm okay with the speed at which I'm going, and I know if I want to go a little faster, then really I can. And if I want to go even slower, then that's perfectly okay, because the only person that I need approval of from is myself. The only like that I need is from myself, and the only positive comment that I need is from myself. And I know that social media no longer controls my mood, no longer controls my actions, and no longer is the reason behind experiences that I have and friendships that I have and, you know, good times that I have, because it's not for the gram, people. Christmas is not for the gram. Thanksgiving is not for the gram. So yeah, I'm Laura Jo, and social media no longer consumes my life.